Hey Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing incredible. Thank you guys so much for all your support. We're tapping into your energy today, so do take it as it resonates. And thank you, God, Spirit, Universe, for showing up and allowing Capricorn Spirit Team, ancestors, deceased loved ones to come through and also be a part of this guidance today. Whatever may be, let's find out what it's all about. We got friendliness coming through, number 2. Okay, you know what this is exactly, because I see schizophrenia on the bottom, number 2 as well. So double twos. There's a reflection here, though. Okay. So when you guys are meeting new people, I mean, there's maybe like the fact that a lot of you had the same people in your life that were friends for so long, but you've started to realize that you really don't fit into that group anymore. And you're starting to see where you guys have all kind of separated or pulled apart, and you're really not getting the same kind of reciprocated energy that you would want or you would give back to them. And I feel like that's really caused you to have some like worry or anxiety about how you develop friendships in the future. So I feel like this is something that we're definitely going to be deeply getting into today. So if you guys feel like that resonates, then, stick around, because this is about friendships. This is about, you may have some worries or some fears of how you're going to go about making new friendships, because maybe some of you really don't feel like you're good enough for people, or maybe it wouldn't even be you. This isn't your fault. This is the friend group that you've had in your life that have made you feel this way. So the moment you start to pull apart from that, the moment you start to meet new people, the moment you start to have new conversations with people, and you'll find that you'll have shared hobbies and shared this and shared that with people that you didn't before, and it will open you up, and it may get you to feel a little bit more vulnerable, but that's okay, because that's the whole point of getting to connect with somebody. To connect, you must be vulnerable. Without vulnerability, there's no true connection. And so that's when you like kind of lead to a sense of, okay, this relationship, this connection, this friendship is starting to lead to somewhere where I feel very comfortable and safe and secure, where I feel like I can be open and honest. They can be open and honest, and it starts to build something that's where you build from ground zero. But I feel like, some of you may have already started with some new friendships and you're not 100% sure how to go about it, or some of you may even feel a little overwhelmed with it. And I feel like that's kind of normal. I don't think that that's not normal. I think, like, because it is a kind of a lot to kind of take in, and you're kind of really resharing new stories of yourself, and you're kind of, maybe even not 100% sure what to share yet. You're kind of in that position. I feel that for you. Well, I can give you like a glimpse into some of the things I've had to deal with, because I thought, I'm an open, honest, fun person. Like, I give everybody a chance. Even I don't really read into people until I really feel like I have to. And I know that I have the abilities I have, but I'd rather give everybody at least a fair chance to like feel like they're really trustworthy and that they're, going for the right things. Of course, if my intuition feels like it's really not a good thing, of course I won't go for it. But mainly, I just try to like be open. Like, okay, everybody's got flaws. Nobody's perfect, right? So I try to give everybody a chance. I really do. I'm a nice person, until somebody really does something weird or does something off like the charts that they shouldn't be doing, like, like really demoralizing type of things, and I start to be like, I don't want to be around that, like I don't want to affiliate with that. But mostly, most of my life, I've had really good friendships in a sense. I mean, I was there for them, they were there for me. We've been through a lot. There's a lot of memories, and I don't really have any kind of, animosity towards any of them. I love them all. I hope they're all doing great. I really want the best for everybody. That's all I've ever wanted. But there's been a few people that I found, like, I thought, I was like, oh, this is my, like, they're so good to me. I'm so thankful I have somebody like this in my life. And I'd cry to whoever I was with at the time. And I'd be like, I'm just so grateful. Like, I really been praying for a friendship that was just so, like, connected. We could talk about anything. We can message all day, every day, right? Like some girls, like that were my friends, and I was just super grateful. And then I found out later that they were talking mad smack about me behind my back, and they didn't really like me. And like, I was crazy to me, because all the things we went through, and the things that they told me, their deepest, darkest secrets that I still hold to this day. Like, you would think that they loved you or something, right? But no, it's just the energy I carry with me to make people be open with me. And then when I'm not around, they can just start being the way that they wanted to be the whole time. Their mask goes back on. Like they really could be open and vulnerable with me until they were like back into some kind of situation where they had to be people pleasing everybody else. Oh yeah, like I really don't like them, or I don't like her, I don't like this, blah 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 blah, because they had to, get back into this group dynamic of everybody that didn't like me apparently. So I've been through it, and it makes it harder. It really does, like, trust people again and like be like, dude, I put my whole heart into that. Like I cried like multiple times for that. And I still cry to this day about certain friendships that I still know the people, I still love the people, I still care about the people, but I don't get to see the people. So that kind of, it's hard, and I get it. Like life is life. We all got a life. We all busy, right? We're all trying to make a living. But basically, like, of course, I still have moments where I feel like, it's kind of sad. It's like, dang, I didn't think it would ever be like this, and that's true. I never did. But that doesn't mean that there's not room for new friendships, because I've definitely built new friendships since, and I may be a little bit more. I might have my wall up a little bit more than I did in the past, for sure, but that's because I'm using my discernment in the way that I handle certain situations now. So this could be exactly where you guys are at and feeling that way. And I feel like you guys really deserve to have that openness and that true connection. And I don't want to hold you guys back just because I'm also in my own little whatever. Doesn't mean you guys should be, and it really is about how you trust yourself. I think that's the best thing you can do, is like really get into a good healing part where like you're at a certain percentage of healing within yourself, where you're able to truly trust what you know and trust your discernment and trust your intuition, that you'll know like what to say and what not to say. But mainly what I can tell you, and this is always the truth, no matter what you do say, and no matter how it's said, and no matter what you do, you were meant to always do that. You were meant to always say that. They were always meant to hear that. They were always meant to witness that. Whatever it may be, but that's just that's how life works. That's divinely orchestrated. God, divine law right there. Okay, God is the one that is in command in that situation. But let's actually see a little bit further. I do feel like you guys got some spiritual energies around you heavily right now. I feel like, because I keep seeing little movements around me, and I feel like you guys could see full body apparitions. Okay, so I got starseed being as I said that. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You guys are like a starseed being. And that's why you guys are super sensitive to these kinds of things. You guys are able to think beyond time. You have strong empathetic energy. You got inner deep wisdom. You guys are very kind and helpful. And people like to take advantage of that. And they notice that. So they know that you'll be there and that you're totally, utterly devoted. That's another thing. It gets a little worrisome of like showing someone your true self and like how devoted and truly determined you are to make something work in a connection. And like they'll see that and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's the one that will always do something for me, no matter what I do, no matter if I don't do anything for them. You know what I'm saying? So like using your discernment on that's really key too, because people like to just kind of take advantage, and I've seen that a lot. Experience of divine intervention. So this is something that's been happening in your life with this whole friendship situation. Change. That's divine intervention is like, okay, the divine finally came to you and was like, we're going to show you and reveal the people that you've been around for quite some time. We're going to reveal their true selves to you, because they've all been hiding behind a mask for a long time. And most of them have developed new masks over time. So they've had to really kind of shed the skin, shed the layers. So now they shed the layers. You see you're seeing their true colors shine through, and their true colors are not very bright. They're not very colorful. They're dull. And that means there's a lack of essence in their soul, by the way. But yeah, so the fact is that you have been really seeing that God stepped in to give you an intervention divinely for you to see who these people really are, and to show you that you do not fit into this circle. You do not fit in with these people. And you're able to change your attitude and your beliefs with the situation because of this divine intervention. And that gives you that hero. Yeah, you can be a hero. Healing spiritual aspects ability. So you start to heal more of the aspects spiritually, and then you become in union with your higher self because you do all of those things. Okay. So you are a starseed being Capricorn, just so you guys are aware. Captain Caps on the starseed being ship. I love that, because we're not just even talking about an actual ocean ship. We're talking about a spaceship at this point. Yes, y'all. I love that. Maybe it's you guys ride the tide of space and the ocean, like together. You ride the tide of the divine and the earthly. That's actually really unique. All right, let's see what we got. The Empress. I love that, y'all. Oh, it gets magical. Even more. Eight of Wands. Of course, the Nine of Cups is in the river, but that doesn't matter. That's actually telling us a big story. There's options here. Multiple possibilities. I love this for you. Scorpio's energy, Pisces energy, Libra, and Sagittarius. Could be the fact that you guys could be Capricorn dogs, Capricorn rats, Capricorn rabbits, Capricorn boars or pigs, of course, because Scorpio, you can either say it's a boar or a pig. Okay. Anyway, so it could be that you are Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius, Libra, moon sign, or even North Node, something like that could be significant. With this Empress energy, obviously you guys are super divinely natural, like naturally you're in the natural divine energy of your own starseed being. And you are very friendly, very friendly, generous, kind, offering, like very offering to others. Like no matter what, you're always like, would you like something? Would you like me to get you something? Like you go with a friend group and you go to the store or you go to the restaurant or whatever, and you're like, yo, hey, could I get you something too? Like, because you don't want to see somebody eat. You don't want to eat in front of people that aren't eating. You think that's rude. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense in the sense of like you just are always offering and giving to people. And like I said, you're a really great person. So the right people deserve you. Sure, they definitely do. But these people that you've been around, no, you got some real cosmic energy about you, Capricorn. It's like cosmic Capricorn over here. And yeah, the Eight of Wands is giving me like fast speeding momentum, like progress into something amazing. And it's because you haven't had a wish fulfillment, because you've been feeling disappointed. That's about to flip the whole way around because of all these possibilities and multiple choices at this point that's coming your way. Yes, you've been disappointed, but God is definitely that divine intervention that God had put upon you is the whole point of what's happening in this situation with the Empress and the Eight of Wands right next to each other. There's fire, there's passion, there's inspiration, there's motivation, and there's even ambition, which is perfect for you, as Capricorns are all about ambition. And this gives me delightful vibes for you and what's going to be taking place. You're working on your solar plexus and your sacral chakras. So you've already healed a lot of your root. A lot of your grounded energy finally is coming in because you healed your root, but you've been working on your solar and sacral. And since you've been working on the solar and sacral, it's moving up into your heart chakra, which is in the sense of true flow. I love that for you. You guys are going to really start to amplify the heart chakra energy. So if you had any kind of blocks, which is a part of friendship and is a part of connection, is the heart chakra, is how you feel, that's how you connect, that's how you bond. So this is like the perfect, you are in divine alignment. You are perfectly where you're meant to be with this situation and how you're going to develop from here on out. And like I said, trust your intuition, trust your instincts, trust your discernment, trust your past experiences as well. You have noticed when people start to act funny. You have noticed when people start to do little weird whatever they're doing, and you would know what to look in for, and say that you catch it in one of the new friends, right? You're like, I caught it, there's something wrong, there's something going on, and you feel open enough to be like, hey, yo, I got to text you or type something up. Hey, how you doing? Like, is everything all right? Call them. Like, I don't know. I feel a little off vibe, whatever it may be. But you know what that gives them? That gives them the insight that you are connected. Like, wow, you actually knew that there was something off with me? Yeah, because y'all have a bond. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to be like, oh, man, you actually care about me. That's exactly what their brain's going to think. And the process of that makes them feel secure, makes them feel safe, makes them feel vulnerable, and makes them be able to pour it all out to you. They're going to be able to reveal how they feel to you, and that's exactly what you were lacking in your other relationships from your past, because they wouldn't do that. And you maybe even felt like you couldn't ask them. You felt maybe so distant from them and so disconnected from them, from whatever little weird thing that they were doing, that you didn't feel like you even had permission to ask what was going on. But with these new folks, these new friends, these new relationships and connections, that's not going to be the case. You're going to be able to ask them, like, hey, is something up? Like, did I do something? Or is there something going on? Like, I'm here for you. If you need me to be there or whatever, you know, if you need quiet, that's cool. You need some silence, whatever it may be. Like, I just want to make sure you're cool, you're good. Like, I want to check in on you. I care about you, you know, like that, like a quick little message to make somebody know that you actually care, and they're going to notice that, and they're going to recognize you knew something was off, bro. You knew something was wrong. That's crazy. Like, not everybody knows that. And that's because you're empathetic. That's because you just know things. And yes, your past relationships, you also knew and felt these things, and you weren't wrong. I want you to know that. You weren't wrong. God even just said that straight up. You weren't wrong in the way that you felt. You just didn't feel close enough, which is something that you were lacking in these relationships. Is you deserve closeness, Capricorn. You do. That's what I got for you. That's what I got. I'm going to leave this here. And honestly, that was a pretty deeply intertwined reading. And I hope that it helps you in any way it could. Y'all are amazing. Have a beautiful rest of your Wednesday.